The 2026 Honda Prelude has returned, and it's now a hybrid, performance, sophisticated, fun little car. We're gonna take it for a test drive. The look of the new Honda Prelude, well, it's a fun little car, and I think they did a really nice job with some of the styling cues. Not just the fact that there is a little blue stripe right here, and you'll notice those blue details on the brakes, and as you go around the car, they've carried that through the vehicle, both inside and out. LED headlights, and as far as suspension, it has dual-axis front struts like that of the Civic Type R. So they've used a lot of the performance features from their other brands to make this vehicle a lot of fun to drive. As far as performance, let's take a look under the hood, and that's an important factor when it comes to the new Prelude. Under the hood is a 2-liter 4-cylinder engine with one electric motor. That's 200 horsepower combined and 232 pound-feet of torque. Transmission is direct drive. Drivetrain is front-wheel drive. Pedal shifters with faux rev matching. 4 drive modes of Comfort, GT, Sport, and Individual, but it does offer the Sport Plus, which really gives it a fun and spirited drive. The Prelude is engineered to deliver a grand touring experience with precise steering, responsive handling, and fun-to-drive feel. The Prelude will also debut the Honda S Plus Shift, a new drive mode that simulates a performance transmission experience for enhanced driver engagement. The Honda Prelude will arrive in dealerships nationwide in late fall. The dual-axis strut front suspension is shared with the Civic Type R, as well as the adaptive dampeners that is uniquely tuned for the Prelude. When it comes to safety, Honda's Sensing suite of safety and driver assistance technologies are standard. Post-collision braking system and blind spot information and rear cross-traffic alert is standard. Some of the unique features of the Prelude include the black chrome grille louver, blue accents, and the lower center of the front and rear fascias that emphasize the coupe's low and sporty stance. The dynamic surfaces with flush door handles and an antenna embedded into the lift glass makes it really clean and really sporty looking. Coming around to the side, we've got 19-inch alloy wheels with blue Brembo calipers. Again, tying in that blue from the front to the side. And these are performance tires, which makes it a lot more fun to drive. Very nice and clean looking vehicle. And I like how they've carried some of the black on the lower part of the car. All of this is a design cue to make this vehicle look sportier. There are some interesting details on this vehicle, including the functional vents that are here, black and red mirrors that do fold in, and there is no puddle lamps, but this is a performance car, at least in the minds of Honda. Black trim around the fully framed windows, and the door handles fold in. Just a nice little detail, and it also improves the aerodynamics. We are giving you an early look of this pre-production car, and we'll have a full review coming in the near future. Inside the Prelude, you've got performance seats with that blue stitching that go all the way around. Very nice details. Also on the center console, very nicely done. And the Prelude logo on the right side, well, that's also blue, carrying that blue look throughout the vehicle, giving it a little bit of a performance look. Also, flat bottom steering wheel. The front seats are leather trim, and they are sport seats, and they're 3-stage heated. The second row, well, that's super tight. And there is latch systems for 2 child safety seats, but let's be honest, getting back there, well, that could be a real challenge. I will tell you, I'm 5'8", and my head is hitting the top of the roof. So keep that in mind that who's sitting back here? Children, or maybe somebody sitting sideways. Great for dogs, great for gear, but I don't know if I'd want to sit in the second row. The warranty is 3 years, 36,000 miles, and the powertrain is good for 60,000 miles. The hybrid portion, well, they're covering that up to 100,000 miles, and complimentary maintenance is included for 1 year or 12,000 miles. There is no glass roof on this car because if you're going to put it on the track, you definitely don't want a glass roof. You want it as stable, controlled as possible, which means you don't want that flexing that's happening if you have a glass roof. So they've thought about, are people going to put this on a performance event like a NASA event? Maybe. That could be a lot of fun. Coming around to the back of the car, I really like the proportions. It looks like a sports coupe, and I think they did a really nice job with all the lines. Going into the trunk, this hatchback gives you about 15.1 cubic feet of storage. It is a deep well. The seats do fold down, but the truth is, you're probably not going to be putting tons of luggage in here. This is really designed to take your gear to the track, whether you're autocrossing or just having fun every single day. LED taillights, Honda across the back, and that Prelude in black, really nice. And again, carrying that blue line right here in the middle and black across the bottom makes this vehicle look lower and sleeker. So I'm inside the car with my co-host, Carl Brower, and you can find us on the Drive Radio show on your favorite AM/FM station, or you can find us on YouTube.
That's right. We now have video component of the show.
Yep, the Drive Car Show. And we were lucky enough to get this Prelude for a short period of time. We wanted to give you the drive experience. I think it's important.
Yeah.
Besides the 10.2-inch center screen and the 9-inch digital gauge, you got Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, and of course the 8-speaker Bose audio. But the
wireless for both Android Auto and Apple CarPlay, and wireless charging.
And yeah, all that adds up quickly.
Yeah.
But I think the big thing for us, because we're both car people, is the performance aspect.
Right.
So you put your foot in it, and with the hybrid and the CVT, I mean, I wish it was a manual. That's the first feeling I get. But they did a nice job with this. I'm not a CVT fan, but it seems to have good pickup, and you're not getting the lag that you typically get.
Yeah, those hybrid drivetrains, the motors are sort of counteracting the traditional CVT issues of, not having enough throttle response. So that instant torque's helpful.
It has a Sport Plus mode. Should we give it a shot?
Let's see if they can simulate a performance transmission and experience, as they said in the description.
So they're saying, there's different drive modes. You've got your Sport, your normal Sport GT. When you go into Sport Plus, let's see. All right. It's not what we drive daily.
But do you hear that, Lauren?
Yeah.
It's making shifts. It's shifting gears. It's a CVT. There are no gears.
Right.
It's impossible for it to shift gears because there are no gears to be shifting.
Right.
But they're trying to
it's like
give
the rev
you
match.
That,
yeah.
They're trying to give you that simulated automatic, torque converter or dual clutch shift sensation and sound.
They've done a nice job. And also it's got rev matching. Of course, it's not real rev matching. But again, the fact that they're going to the effort to give you that feel is important, because if you're buying a car like this, you want that sporty feel.
Yeah, it's better than nothing, certainly. You certainly would, and look, she rolls into the throttle and it sounds like it downshifts.
I know, it sounded good.
So
it sounded good.
They're trying, and it's better than a standard CVT without that setting.
Absolutely. I think overall the car is fun to drive, and they think giving that DNA from the Civic Type R, I think, was really important because it handles well.
Yeah. And
if you're going to autocross this car,
or even just you want to, you're driving in a two-door coupe. You don't want it to feel heavy and tippy and all that. You want it to feel responsive, great turn-in, good counter body rolls, so you're not flopping around. It's going to do all that. So Honda's a master at things like steering feel and suspension too. So.
Yeah, I think they've done a nice job. Overall, though, I want to put this on the track and see what it does. I want to see what it really does.
That would be a real test of the coupe's styling versus the coupe's capabilities.
Absolutely.
I am a Honda product planner specifically for the Honda Prelude.
So I have come to the understanding this is a CVT, but I have been corrected by you that it is direct drive. So for consumers, what's the difference between direct drive and CVT?
So usually in a vehicle you have a transmission. In the case of, let's say, our other Honda vehicles that have a conventional 1.5T engine, the transmission, which has gears, which then has a drive axle, which then turns the wheels. In the case of our hybrid system, we don't have a conventional transmission. What we do have is a direct drive unit, which is basically our electric motors driving the wheels directly. So the gas engine that's in our hybrid actually generates power for the battery. And there's only one instance where it actually drives the wheels, and that's on the highway, so very specific conditions. Otherwise, pretty much majority of the operation is the electric motors are driving the wheels directly, and that's why you feel a very seamless operation and instantaneous torque to the wheels.
So there's no gears then?
That's correct.
So is it, in the eyes of the consumer, that means it's CVT, but it's not because it's direct drive because of the battery component?
Yes. So the battery component, but the electric motors are driving the wheels. I would say it's akin to a EV operation where the electric motors are driving the wheels.
So that's why it's getting the performance that it's getting.
Exactly. That's why you don't feel that initial pickup on a conventional transmission. It's all the power immediately to the wheels.
So how do you do a rev match then?
So everything in the Honda S Plus Shift is to simulate a performance transmission. I would say the closest thing would be like a dual clutch transmission. So a lot of that, the engineers have been able to, I would say, manipulate your senses to make it feel like there's a transmission in the vehicle when there isn't.
Okay.
So the blipping, the sound of the engine, the pulsation, usually when you downshift, your car vibrates. All of that is still built into the vehicle through our new technology, which is Honda S Plus Shift.
Excellent, thank you. When it comes to the price of the 2026 Honda Prelude, they're saying around $42,000. We're still waiting on pricing as these come into the dealers in the fourth quarter of 2025. There are two competitors in this category, the Mazda MX-5 or the Miata, and the Toyota 86. I would think maybe the GR86, because that's a lot of fun as well. The most important thing is to take them all for a test drive before you make your final decision. Then, of course, check with your insurance agent. That's going to make a difference in which vehicle you choose. The Prelude, well, I think they've done a really nice job, and we'll get another opportunity to drive this in the near future. But right now, you're getting the first look of the 2026 Honda Prelude. If you have any additional questions, put them down in the comments below. If you'd like to support our channel, you can buy me a cup of coffee. That's down in the description, as well as all my social media. I'm Lauren Fix. Thanks so much for watching.